Hi everyone, Janie here, and today I just want to show you that simple cards do not have to look simple. So let's start off with me showing you the products that I use to make my cards. I'm going to be using a couple of cutting dies from Coca Rosa, and the first one is a daisy background and is so beautiful. I ended up using it on 4 of the cards I'm going to be showing you. And the other cutting die set is called Hollow Flying Butterflies, and I love that it comes with the intricate layer and the solid layer that pair together so perfectly. For those of you that don't do die cutting, you can always use a decorative punch instead, or if you have a Cricut, you can cut something out with that. I'm also using a few embossing folders that I've had in my stash for many years, and some absolutely gorgeous specialty cardstock from Paper Temptress. I'm using pearl glimmer and gold pearl linen and white pearl linen. And for a couple of the cards, I'll be using Brutus Monroe Color Burst watercolor powders. And if you like the look but you don't have those, you can always use watercolors or distress inks. And since we're talking about color bursts, I'll start with those cards first. I'm using Strathmore cold press watercolor paper, and I'm spritzing it with some water first and then tapping a little of the color burst powders onto that. I'm putting the blue on the top part and the green on the bottom because I'm trying to create kind of a sky and grass look. And then I'm spritzing it with a little more water. There are different techniques for using color bursts or other similar powders, but this is the look that I'm going for today. You can always sprinkle on the powders before spritzing them with water, or you can add more water or even dry one color before adding the next. So many fun different techniques. And when I'm done, I don't like to waste the color that got on the mat, so I grab a 110-pound piece of cardstock to pick up some of that color. And then you can use that paper for other projects, or as you will see, I use it on a couple of the cards later in this video. And here I am again using some pink and purple color bursts, and as you may have noticed, I have gloves on this time. I should have had gloves on the last time because I ended up with blue and green fingers. But I'm doing the same process as I did before, except this time it's a little bit more random. And even though this looks random right now, I'm going to show you in a minute how I transform it into something else. And again, I'm using 110-pound cardstock to pick up some of that color from my mat so that I can use it again later. After I made my backgrounds with the color burst, I went in with a water brush, and you can do this with a wet paintbrush, and I just went to the areas that had more pigment still left and just started doing a little swiping motion going out like that, trying to give it kind of a starburst flower look, and I really like the way that that turned out. And then I wanted to add a little sparkle. And I don't know if you can see the sparkle on camera, but I did spray these with glitter dust, and I really wish that sparkle would show up. Oh, I think you can see some of it right there. It's really pretty. And so I used the gold glitter dust spray on this one, and I used the iridescent glitter dust spray on this one. And I just really love the way that these turned out. Next, I used the daisy background die from Coca Rosa to cut out a piece from Recollections foil cardstock. And then I adhered that to the background piece by using a combination of Beacon 3-in-1 glue and a spray adhesive. And to finish it off, I added a little butterfly and a sentiment. And for my next card, I did the same thing, this time using a lavender foil cardstock, and again finishing it off with a little butterfly and a sentiment. So here are the first 2 cards that I just finished, and I just wanted to give you a better look at them. I think that they are absolutely beautiful. And the butterfly die that I used for these 2 butterflies is just something from my stash that I've had for so long. Can't tell you where it came from. And the paper that I cut both of these out of was some of those papers that I soaked up the extra color with. And as you can see, I've cut some other butterflies out of here, and you'll see those a little bit later in the video. But for right now, I just wanted to show you these, give you a close-up. I just really love how they came out. The foil keeps reflecting the camera in the background, but I just love these. I think they are so pretty, and this one is like the sky, and if you get a close look, these are like flowers in the background, and it's the same thing on this one. And so I just wanted to point out, this is simple, right? We have one die cut and a background. And of course you'll put a sentiment on it. And the butterflies are optional. You may have, butterflies in your stash that you just want to stick on there. But this is just one example of how a simple card really doesn't look simple. And here are two more cards, only these have an elegant look to them. So I'll start with this one, and I already know that I'm having problems getting the embossing to show up. So I'm going to kind of turn it at an angle so you can see that this back piece has been embossed and is so pretty. And the cardstock that I used for that is Pearl Glimmer from Paper Temptress. And then on this side, this gold is Gold Pearl Linen, and it is so beautiful. Both of those are from Paper Temptress, and I'll have links below for everything. And the butterfly, I didn't point this out on the other cards, but as you notice, I left it, we'll call it hollow, so there isn't any backing to it. And I did that because I wanted it to blend in with the rest of this, just like this flower is hollow and you see the background through that. And so I just wanted the same look with the butterfly. I think it's really pretty. And this one has a foil background and everything is reflecting in that, but you can see the embossing so much better on that. It just looks like more flowers in the background like these, only just more of them. It is so pretty. I love it. And then this white here is the White Pearl Linen. And I really wish these things could show up good on camera, but they just don't. But this is so elegant and beautiful, and I just love the way that these turned out. And I love that you can have elegant cards or just beautiful cards. So many possibilities, and there's more possibilities than that. All right, so that is it for these particular cards, but I still have more to show you. Well, if you were wondering when those butterflies were going to make an appearance, that time is now. And here are two cards that I made using those butterflies. And I've tried everything I can with the lighting to make the embossing show up on camera. I will put some pictures up that you can see, and you'll be able to see the beautiful embossing a lot better. But for this card right here, I used this embossing folder, which has a butterfly down in the corner, and then it has some swirls that go around like that, and then this part up here doesn't have any embossing, and that is where I put this butterfly. And I'm going to try to get close enough that it will, yeah, not so much. I really am trying to get that embossing to show up. It is so beautiful, and the paper that I use from Paper Temptress is the Pearl Glimmer, and I love it. And I love the butterfly, and I love that it has the back layer and the front layer. And for the back layer of this, I used, wait a minute, let me find it. I used that cardstock that I had soaked up the ink with. And that's what I used behind there. And I didn't add a sentiment on this because I'm just really not sure yet if it's going to be a thank you or just for you or what it's going to be. And this one right here, let me see, hold on a second. Let me grab the other embossing folder. This one has butterflies all over it, and it is so beautiful. I love it. And I really wish that it would show up right here on camera, but like I said, I am going to put up some pictures. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait a minute. There you can see it. I'm not even going to move for a second just so you can see it. Okay, and the butterfly, the front of the butterfly, and this die cut that I have just because on, that was also done with the paper that I soaked up the color with, because I don't let anything go to waste. You know me. And I just think it is so beautiful. So on this one I had the glitter in the front and then the colored paper in the back. And on this one I have the colored on the front because I really loved the way that the ink went on that one. So it was really pretty. And then I have the glitter behind it. And again, really simple cards. All this took was embossing and then adding the butterflies and a sentiment. And I may not even add a sentiment to the front of this one. So, you know, this would maybe be considered a clean and simple card, but yet they are so elegant. You will see that in the pictures that I put up. They are so elegant, so beautiful. I just love them. So I just want to talk about these butterflies for a minute. As you can see, it comes with the intricate and then it comes with the solid background. And so let me separate them right now so that you can see that we have the intricate and the solid. And you can always glue the two of them together, creating one piece. You can glue the two together, creating one piece, and then adding them to a third piece, just attaching them in the middle, leaving the wings like this. Or you can do what I did on those cards and just attach the intricate one to the solid one, leaving the wings movable. You can cut out the back piece out of vellum and attach them together. There are so many possibilities, and I just kind of wanted to point that out to you really quick because I love having things that I have a lot of choices, a lot of different ways to use them, and these butterflies are just wonderful. So what I hope you get from this video is that a card does not have to be complicated to make or have a lot of embellishments in order for it to be beautiful or elegant. Sometimes the simplest things are all you need. And of course, you can use what you have in your stash, but if you're interested in some of the things that I used today, I'll have links below in the description box to the Coca Rosa dies that I used and the Paper Temptress cardstock that I used, and there will be discount codes to both of those places. And I will also have links to some of the other products that I used today. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and happy crafting, everyone. Bye-bye.